Answer the question. I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
What's going on, YouTube? Retro Rewinder here. Finally, after much delay, I'm coming at you with the answers to my 200 subscriber question and answer videos. I have here basically the printed out questions. I didn't really get a chance to look over these in detail, so I might have to sit here and think about some of them. So yeah, I'm sorry that it's taken me so long to do this, but I went to MGC and had some other things on my plate and never got around to filming this. So let's do this. Thank you so much again for asking all these questions. It really helps to not have 3 questions to try to fill up a video. It was a really good subscriber special as far as the number of questions go, and it fell right after I held a contest, so I'm glad that people got involved on both of those. So again, I say so all the time, but let's jump into this. From Mr. Dude 206, we have, what is the sound of a dolphin? Oh, I'm out of it. What is the sound of a dolphin laughing sound like? I would imagine it sounds something like this. This. So, and can you crush a potato with one hand? Maybe a red potato. I haven't tried. My wife wouldn't really let me grab any of them, but the big gray one or big brown ones, I don't think I could. From Eric999, if you could insert yourself as a playable character in any video game series, what would it be? I'd probably go with something where I couldn't die, because dying freaks me out. So maybe a happy game like Jeopardy or something. Something that I could win a lot of money. Yeah, Jeopardy is what I'd insert myself into. From 64-Bit Matthew. What game or game series would you like to see made into a movie that hasn't been done so already? Legend of Zelda is one of my favorite games, so if they could make that into a movie, it'd be pretty cool. I don't really know how you would do it without making it super cheesy, live action. It probably wouldn't work out so well, but if somebody could do it in a really good way, I think that'd be pretty cool. And I know there's, not really Zelda movies, but I think they made a cartoon or something. Those don't count. From Sprites and Bytes. What would you say has been your most expensive but most loved purchase? Most expensive. Really, I haven't spent a whole lot of money on any one thing except newer systems, so I'd probably have to say the Wii U. I paid $350 for it, and I love it. It's one of my favorite systems of all time now. I'm really sad that it's not getting the support, third-party support that it really deserves, and the sales. So hopefully with the release of Smash Bros. And Mario Kart, maybe we can see some Wii U sales start rising. From Canadian Retro, what's your most prized retro piece in your collection? Not necessarily the most valuable, but your most cherished. And I'm going to grab it real quick. I'm going to have to go with this. This is the Zelda Wind Waker combo pack with the Ocarina of Time and Master Quest. It's really hard to find. I've never seen one besides this copy. When I looked them up online, there was only like 1 or 2 selling. But you see the Ocarina of Time and Master Quest dual packs selling all the time. But the fact that this one has Wind Waker in it, and I know it's not super retro, it's GameCube, but Zelda's one of my favorite things to collect for, so I'm definitely going to have to go with this. From Goodwill Hunter, what's better, Cool Ranch or Nacho Cheese Doritos? Probably Nacho Cheese. I really like Cool Ranch though, but I'm going to have to give the edge, if I'm just eating chips, Nacho Cheese. But on a sandwich, Cool Ranch for sure. Coke or Pepsi? I really like Coke out of the can, but Pepsi out of the fountain. And Super Nintendo or Genesis? My answer used to be Genesis, but I think that the Super Nintendo edges that out for me a little bit now, so probably Super Nintendo. From Boomstick229, what video game or video game series do you hate that most people seem to love? Hate is such a strong word. I don't know if there's any series that I really hate. Man, this is a hard one. Actually, I think I know. I'm going to go with maybe a racing series that a lot of people like. I know a lot of the, hardcore gamers that love, RPGs and stuff probably wouldn't say this, but like Forza or Gran Turismo, I'm not a big fan of those. I like more arcade style racers, and so I'm gonna have to go with those. Probably not the best answer, but oh well. From Dr. Smitty, we have, what game would you like to find in the wild the most for your collection? I used to say a certain game, but I'm not gonna say that because I actually found it. So I'm gonna have to go with Dracula's Curse for the Super Nintendo because I really want to complete the whole Castlevania series. From Married Guy Gamer, we have, what game would you like to find? Hope I read the back one. Which game or series should be made into a musical, and which YouTuber should play the main role? Oh my. I think Conker's Bad Fur Day would be a hilarious musical since there's already music in the game that's kind of singing with the singing Pooh. And I would probably have to pick Goodwill Hunter to be Conker in his drunken, state. He's always got a beer or something in his hand. It'd be pretty funny to see him play Conker. From Repo Man 360, any grooming tips or products you could recommend for my beard? Basically being lazy. Right now it's actually all trimmed up into a goatee, but basically it gets so big and fluffy because I don't like to trim it. So basically that's the product of laziness. So from a product, I say just be lazy. From Dr. Video Game, what is your favorite console of all time? I'm probably going to have to go with a Nintendo 64. I have the best memories of playing that, and I didn't own it as a kid. I played it a lot at my uncle's house, but I think it has some of the best multiplayer games ever made. So, in my opinion, the Nintendo 64. D. Credia, what's your age? I'm 26. And part 2 of the question, should age have anything to do with collecting or gaming? I don't think it does. As far as a collecting point, I guess age kind of does have something to play with it because the older you get, the more disposable income you have. So I would have found it really hard to be 12 years old, 13, like some of the people that are collecting now and trying to collect these retro games that are so expensive. But I don't think it should have anything to do with it. Mr. B. Levine asks, did you picture your channel to get anywhere close to 200? If no, why not? I did picture to get close to 200. I didn't think I would get there as quickly as I did. I've been, over a year now, but I figured, the first year I maybe get 100 and kind of slowly build. And I didn't realize the effect that other YouTubers would have on the spread of the channel when I first started. You pop up in somebody else's channel from a trade or a shout out, and it just spreads like wildfire. So that was pretty cool to see. Dumpster Marcus asks, as a kid, what was your favorite Sega Genesis game? This one's really easy. For me, it was Mutant League Football. When I was probably 14 or so, 15, I purchased a Sega Genesis off of a friend of mine who was just, he moved on to newer stuff and didn't want it anymore. And it came with like 30 games, and one of them was Mutant League Football, and I played it all the time. I loved the penalties they gave out, the killing of the referees, everything about that game I loved. So Mutant League Football would have to be mine. D. Credia again. What video game world would you want to live in? I kind of said this before. I wouldn't want to live in anywhere where it was easy for me to be killed, so it'd probably be like the Jeopardy world or Wheel of Fortune maybe. I'm a big wimp. From Soft Otaku, we have, if you could only play 3 games this year that you already own, what would they be? Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana, and the one game I was going to say I'm not going to say because I have not released the pickup video of that game. So with only 3 games, I really want to jump into more RPGs that take a long time to play to fill up the entire year. We'll go with Lufia 2. I really want to try out the Lufia games, so we'll pick 3 Super Nintendo RPGs. So Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana, and Lufia 2. If you could only listen to 3 albums this year that you already own, what would they be? I don't own any albums except the Garth Brooks box set, so I guess that would have to be one since I don't really own albums. I've moved on to digital, and I legally downloaded most of the stuff I have. So we'll go with that. And at one point I did own the Queen Greatest Hits, so that'd probably be my second one. And what else do I own? Probably like a compilation or something. That way I'd have a little bit of variety, but I don't own anything like that. At one point I owned one of the Now CDs, so maybe like old school, like late 90s Now. Man, I'm cheesy. Joshua Bryan asks, what retro game would you like to see remade into a game for newer consoles that hasn't already been done? I probably should have looked over these before I answered this. Maybe one of the black box games like Balloon Fight on the NES or Super Dodgeball. Those would be pretty cool to see what they could do in the newer era. I don't think they've made Super Dodgeball, so I'll say Super Dodgeball. Gamer Emporium has 4 questions for me. How did you get such a wonderful beard? I answered this already. I'm lazy. Do you rub your golden beard for good luck when you go out thrifting? I itch it because it gets itchy, but I don't really rub it for good luck. I just use a lot of persistence. Any tips for thrifting or selling on eBay? For thrifting, you really have to go out a bunch. You have to increase your odds of finding something, so the more you go out, the better you're going to be. For selling on eBay, basically have a lot of stock, and the more you sell, the more customers that'll start coming back. So basically having a lot of stock. Don't just sell, once a month. If you really want to get somewhere, you got to sell quite a bit of stuff. Are you taller than JCAU 99, but shorter than Scorpion Slayer? That would be a no. I think I'm taller than JCAU 99. I believe he's 6'1". I'm 6'4". I have no idea how tall Jared is, though. From RPG Tour Guide, we have, what is your favorite villain in gaming? Probably from Conker's Bad Fur Day, the Singing Pooh. That boss just cracked me up, and the throwing toilet paper into his mouth, and the whole opera singing, and I have to go with that one. What game or game series from the NES would you like to be seen brought back, either being remade or having a sequel? I said Super Dodgeball, but for the fact that it could have a sequel and not necessarily be remade, again, I think I'd probably have to pick something from the black box era, maybe Ice Climbers. That'd be kind of an interesting one to see, Ice Climbers. Okay, and he also has a couple of 200 themed questions. If you had $200 free and clear for game hunting right now, what would you buy? Since I just recently got a TurboGrafx, I'd probably spend the $200 to buy Turbo Games. If you had to play one game 200 times from start to finish before you could play something else, what would it be? That's a really cool question. I would probably have to pick the quickest game to beat that I could think of, which I cannot think right now, but probably maybe like the original Mario Bros. I think I can beat it in 200 times fairly quickly. And can you do 200 push-ups? Probably not. I might be able to do 2 push-ups, if that counts, but no, I don't think I can do 200 push-ups, at least not all at once, one time. I could do 200, like, one every day, till I got to 200. And I think that's the end of it. I hope you guys like these answers. And I didn't sit around and think too much about all of them. I'm going to probably fast forward in the editing section. But again, thank you guys so much for helping me to get to 200. And now I'm over 250, which is awesome. And you guys are the reason for that. You people are so cool. I'm glad that I've met so many of you recently at MGC. Thanks for asking the questions, and I hope you enjoy the videos to come. And I just filmed a really crazy Craigslist pickup that you're going to see in a few weeks. You have to check it out when I post that one because you guys are going to think it's awesome. I think it's awesome, at least. One of the most epic finds on my channel. So this has been Retro Rewinder. Thanks for watching, asking questions. Thumbs up if you haven't thumbs upped already. Sub if you haven't subbed, and we'll see you next time.